What's up, guys? So I'm making another video. My previous video, the sound apparently was, I guess, too low. I'm still trying to get my audio correct. I bought a Rode mic, Micro, I think that's what it's called, and I'm just playing with audio levels to try to make this these videos go smoother. I want better audio for my stuff, so I'm trying to dive more into video, which I am not really used to. Just mainly have stuck with photography over the years, so hoping this video is better, or this audio is better than the last video. If it's not, my apologies. I'll try to correct it in the next one. So as you can tell by the title of this video, this is about Glamour Shots. So I did work for Glamour Shots for a short period of time. Let me kind of paint the picture for you. The year is 2003, and I personally have a Canon D60 6.1 megapixel DSLR crop sensor body. We have it right here, so I can show you. It's the first DSLR. This is the first digital camera I owned. Went from a Canon Elan 7E film camera to this in 2003. Or actually, I bought this in 2002 when it was brand. But working for Glamour Shots 2003, I've got this 6.0 megapixel camera. Glamour Shots is using some Nikons. They've got cameras there for us. The cameras there, I believe, were around 8 megapixels. We were shooting on crop sensor bodies as well there. So Glamour Shots had transitioned before. They were primarily customers would book sessions, and then they would come to the photo studio, generally in the mall, and the ladies would get their hair and makeup done, and then they would pick from several outfits that Glamour Shots had to offer. The time when I was working there, they kind of did away with that model. The ladies would still get their hair and makeup done, but the customers or clients were encouraged to bring 3 outfits, and we kind of told them, hey, bring outfits that you're comfortable in, that represent who you are, and that's kind of how we did it. The sessions were generally around 15 minutes long. That's it. And how they booked it is they were booked up with clients, so they staggered them. Client 1 would come in, they would have their first outfit on, they would come into the studio, and we would do 4 shots. That was it. 4 shots in that outfit. We did 1 headshot, 1 3/4, we did 1 full length, and then 1 floor pose. That was it. They would go back to the dressing room and change. While they were changing, we had another customer in there. We were doing 1 headshot, 1 3/4, 1 full length, 1 floor pose. The other one, the previous customer, the first client, would come back in there, and we would put them on a different scene, and we'd do the same thing over again. Headshot, 3/4, full length, and floor pose. We did that for 3 outfits that they brought. So we had 12 shots total for the whole session. 12 shots. Sometimes we do an extra one or two, but generally speaking, it was 12 shots. We had to practice a lot. However, I had went to photography school before that, and I took several semesters of photography classes. I did have one studio lighting class where I did portraits all semester, and then the last semester I was in school, it was a portfolio class. We pick one topic and do that the whole semester, and then present a portfolio at the end of the semester. And I did studio photography. I did studio portraits, so that's what I did. So I basically had 2 semesters of portrait work. So going into Glamour Shots, I pretty much had lighting down, although their lighting was it was set up. You had 2 lights at a 45-degree angle, and it was on a swivel, and it would go back and forth to the different backgrounds. I believe they were soft boxes. We were shooting, I think, like at 5.6 or 8. That was the aperture that we were using. So that was kind of my experience. I really didn't know posing all that well whenever I started at Glamour Shots, but a couple of the lady photographers kind of helped me out more on that aspect. And so that's where I basically learned my posing was at Glamour Shots. It was kind of a cheesy gig, but I got out of it a few things. Number one, I learned posing. I kind of got my technique down as far as in each session that I do now, I kind of go in with the mindset of headshot, 3/4, full length, and a ground pose if possible. So I go into that mindset. Whether I'm doing family portraits or senior portraits, that's pretty much how I go about it. Then the business aspect. So after they got their 12 shots done, they would go back up to the front, and they would sit down with a sales lady or salesman. They would go through the pictures, and then they would sell them packages of prints. Glamour Shots, from 12 images, Glamour Shots would sell hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of packages, sometimes up into the thousands, to one client. Whether it was their senior photos or family photos, they had a script they would go over. They memorized it, and yeah, they would sell the heck out of prints. 8x10s, 5x7s, wallets, 16x20s, 20x30s, 20x30 prints from an 8-megapixel camera that looked great. So yeah. Another selling technique that Glamour Shots did was they would do cold calls. After some time passed, they would contact previous customers, and they would be like, "Hey, we got great news. We were looking through your photos again, and we really liked this particular photo. We want to feature you in our store. 20x30 print framed on the wall for X amount of days, and then after that time, if you want to buy it at a discounted price, then you're welcome to it." So they would add extra sales that way, and it worked. So what's this video about? Kind of when you're going into a photo shoot, you kind of want to know, you kind of want to have an idea of what you want to do. I generally start off with either 3/4 length poses or full length poses, because generally I don't know the customer or the client, so I kind of I'm kind of a ways from them. I don't want to be all up in their face, so I'm kind of a ways from them, I get a couple of shots, a couple of full lengths, a couple of 3/4, and then I move in closer to get a headshot, and then maybe do a ground pose. So that's kind of the mindset I have when I go into portrait shoots, family shoots, senior shoots. So yeah, another thing is that you want to learn how to sell, especially if you're selling prints. You want to learn how to upsell. Kind of one thing that I do now is in my portrait sessions, what I will do is I will include 15 images, and that's it. They pay their session fee, go do the session, and they'll get their 15 images. I will upload 25 to 30, but they will get 15 included. And then if they want more, they can purchase additional images on top of what is included in their package. I use Pixie Set, and I can set the number of downloads. So that's kind of what I do. Photography, the business is about knowing your gear, going into the session, knowing what you're gonna do during the session, knocking it out, because time is money, right? And then selling. That's kind of like the three ballpark umbrella aspects of the photography business. So I guess the point of this video is to just to learn your gear, learn your posing, get it down, and then learn selling. Those are important aspects. So anyway, just wanted to share that experience with you guys. You know, I'm glad I had that experience. I'm glad I went to photography school. I'm glad I went and worked for Glamour Shots and learned how to pose. And I'm glad they made us only take 12 shots, because I know what can be done. I know that it doesn't take 100 images to make a session go great, especially once you know what you're doing. So anyway, with that, guys, that's all I got for now. I will see you in the next video. Leave comments, questions if you want. Share this video with somebody you know that might benefit from it. Hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you next time around.